welcome back to another episode of The Cure for Cowardice. I haven't made a video in a few days for a couple reasons. Primarily, I've just been exhausted and haven't really had anything noteworthy to talk about because not a whole lot has changed in my situation. I've been trying to get my sleep schedule locked in so that I can do the main job in the morning. I need to go back to doing data entry at night to ensure that I am making enough. And now my door knocking job is looking like it might not work out. So I'm highly considering going somewhere and selling cars, because now I've got my license fixed, and I have a buddy who did very well in car sales and thinks that I would as well. So I just got back from a meeting with a real estate agent who specializes in commercial and industrial real estate. And basically he wanted to meet for coffee to, talk, connect, figure out if there was any way that we could help each other. And so I, met him, explained what it is that my main job does. I did bring some proposals to actually show him and show him how the numbers end up working out. And pretty much his advice to me was go all in on this, my main job, because it's a better opportunity than anything else I'm pursuing and will very easily turn into something very, very good as soon as I'm able to actually make it start happening. And he recommended that I go to the local Chamber of Commerce meetings, and he just was overall a very nice guy, and it really gave me that spark of hope again, because I've been struggling for so long. I mean, my whole life really, but as an adult especially, I've been struggling to, make something happen, make ends meet, and then some. Find some opportunity that's really going to leapfrog me to the next stage of my life, where I can get out of the survival mode and start, worrying about thriving instead. And he really just reminded me that I already have that opportunity with my main job. I just need to make it work. And the only way I can do that is pounding the pavement, doing the prospecting, doing the networking, making the connections, and it'll blow up. It just takes time. And so I'm pulling myself between so many different things, and I think it's doable. I think I can do it, but I think my odds of success continually go down the more that I add to my plate and the more I'm spreading myself thin. It's like I was talking to my very good friend when I visited him last weekend, and this is the same one that recommended I get into car sales. And he was saying, I'm putting effort into so many things that I'm not putting my all into anything. And he's right. I mean, fuck, any number of the things that I'm doing could be the thing that takes off if I can just put enough effort into it to make it happen. But in the meantime, I've just been spreading myself so thin that nothing's getting the attention or energy that it deserves. And so I'm doing okay, but I'm doing a lot, and it's starting to really affect my results across the board. It reminds me of a short that I watched last night on YouTube. It was, you guessed it, Ramosi. And he was saying that you cannot be exceptional at more than one thing. Maybe some people can, but almost nobody else can. And the problem that I've been having is I've been spreading myself between so many different things that I'm not being exceptional at any of it. In fact, I'm being quite average or even below average. I mean, fuck, the reason this door knocking thing might not work out is because I haven't been performing. And it's not a hard job, it's just that I have so little energy to give to it that by the time I am out there in front of the doors, I'm not able to, give it the oomph that it needs in order to actually start working out for me. And another thing that he said in that video was, you cannot be CEO of two companies and do it well. He said, if you're CEO of two companies that are doing $1 million each, you could just be CEO of one and make it do $10 million. Like, that is the discrepancy that is caused by pulling yourself between too many different things. Is like, you could be exceptional at one thing, or you could be mediocre at a bunch of things. And it reminds me of another video I was watching recently. I can't remember who it was by, but they were talking about somebody who was being mentored by either Warren Buffett or Charlie Munger. I can't remember which, but basically he had him write down the 20 big goals that he had to achieve over the next 10 years. And so he wrote the 20 goals. And he said, okay, of these, what are the 5 that are the absolute most important? And so he picked the 5 from the list. And he said, okay, so what are you going to do with these 20? And he goes, well, I'll, get to them when I can, and but they're going to be in the back burner. And the guy goes, no, these 20 are the things that you must avoid at all costs, because these 20 are interesting enough to you to drain your attention and energy, but they are not important enough to be in the top 5. So by making those top 5 the priority, it's not just that you're saying yes to those, it's that you're saying no to everything else that you kind of want to do. It's saying no to everything else that's a secondary objective. And this has been something that I really struggle with, because I've spent most of my life kind of skirting by and, just showing up and winging it, more or less. And so now that I have finally started to develop the skill of hard work, I'm now not getting any real returns on my work that can be, what's the word I'm thinking of? I'm not getting any real returns on my work. I'm getting the bare minimum returns because I'm doing so many different things, and because I'm draining myself so much. And then on top of it all, I haven't been getting the type of sleep that I need, which obviously doesn't help things. So what could be the thing that solves it all is not getting the attention it deserves, and because of that, it's just another thing that's draining my energy. And so I really need to figure this out. I really need to re-strategize. this door knocking thing is a decent opportunity, but I think it's small compared to what I could do selling cars. And if I can sell a good amount of cars, then that'll provide a good amount of income. I will still have the early mornings and one day a week to prospect for my main job, and I will still be able to do the cafe on the weekends, the restaurant, or on Sundays anyway. And the goal is to cut out the data entry and then cut out the cafe when I'm able to, so that I can go all in on the prospecting in my downtime, and then use the car sales as income until I get a couple sales for the prospecting. I don't know, man. I know that if I were to go all in on my main job, cut everything else out, I know that my odds of success would go way up, but I don't think I can stomach going without income until something happens, because it could happen as soon as tomorrow, but it just as easily could take another 3, 4, 5 months, and I can't go that time without income. I have too many people who are dependent on me. I have too many expenses. And so I think car sales and prospecting is the way to go, and I'm gonna need to cut everything else out. But in the meantime, I'll probably keep the cafe, because the cafe, basically I make $100 a shift, give or take. So if I do Sundays every weekend, then that's my rent right there. And then everything else will take care of my other bills. And fuck, man, I'm just so tired. I mean, I'm tired right now, but I'm also just worn out in general. Like, I just gotta figure this out. I gotta do something here. And I'm about to take off a week so that I can dog sit for my grandparents. So that stresses me out. Now, granted, it'll give me time to prospect for my main job and get a bunch of data entry done. So that'll be nice. But yeah, I need to figure something out here. I really do. So anyways, I think that's what I got for this one. I just need to stop pulling myself in so many different directions, because I can either be mediocre at a bunch of things or exceptional at one or two things. And I say two because that is what I need to do. I need to be exceptional at selling cars, and I need to be exceptional at prospecting. And if I can just do those two things, everything else will fall into place. So anyways, I'm going to go run in and grab some soup for my buddy here, because he's not feeling too well. So I'll end it here. Thank you for tuning in. I'll catch y'all on the flip side.